Guitar part for Hey Soul Sister. First of all, you need to learn the 4 chords that you're going to use. So on this sheet, this shows you how to play the 4 chords: D, A, B minor and G. This is at a slightly different pitch than the original, by the way, so it might not fit, but it will fit with the other parts. 4 chords: G, A, B minor, D. Sorry, D, A, B minor, G. I'm reading backwards from behind. The guitar tab here, 2 ways to read it. You could read the chord box here, which is a teeny tiny representation of the end of your guitar, but by far the easiest way is this guitar tab here, and it's even explained underneath for you. On these 6 lines, the bottom line represents string 6, then string 5, 4, 3, 2, and string 1 is represented by the top line. On your guitar, string 6 is nearest your head, string 1 is nearest the floor. The numbers that you see represented there, like on this chord of D for example, it says 0, 2, 3, 2. That represents what frets you put your fingers on in those strings. If none of that makes sense, don't worry, I'll show you the chords now. You need to learn these 4 chords, before you move on and actually follow the music, because then you just follow the keyboard music through. So, nice and quick. Chord of D. Finger number 1, string 3, fret 2. Remember it goes 6, 5, 4, 3, and then fret 2. Second finger, string 1, fret 2, down at the bottom. Third finger, string 2, fret 3. There's your chord of D. In this song, we're mostly going to ignore these bottom 2 strings, and when you're strumming, try not to strike these heavily. We're going to concentrate on the 4 strings nearest the floor. It'll just sound slightly better. So that's the chord of D. Chord of A is easy peasy. String 4, fret 2. String 3, fret 2. String 2, fret 2. Squeezed all into the 2nd fret there. Chord of A. Now B minor, B minor is a tricky chord. The full version of B minor is what we call a bar chord, like this, which is quite hard to do. We're going to do a cut down version, only using the highest 4 strings, and quite simply, string 1, fret 2, string 2, fret 3, and string 3, fret 4. So it's going in a diagonal line, like Connect 4 or something. And then you're only going to strike the highest 4 strings. And that's going to give us this B minor chord. And finally, chord of G. Finger number 1, string 2, fret. Sorry. Start again. Finger number 1, string 5, fret 2. Finger number 2, string 6, fret 3. And finger number 3, down here at the bottom, string 1, fret 3. Don't know if I said that clearly because the baby's crying. I'll do it again quickly. String 5, fret 2. String 6, fret 3. String 1, fret 3. That's your chord of G. So you need to learn those 4 chords before moving on to anything else. So you should be able to go D, A, B minor, G, without looking at the music. Okay? Once you can do that, you can then move on and look at, you're actually going to follow the keyboard part through. And the only thing that you need to remember is every bar on the keyboard part here, which is separated by the bar line there, lasts for 4 beats. And if the chord sequence doesn't change, then it's the same again. So it's going to be G 2 3 4, G 2 3 4, A 2 3 4, A 2 3 4, B minor 2 3 4, B minor 2 3 4, G 2 3 4, G 2 3 4. So you can, how you choose to play it is up to you. You could just, I'll do my right hand up here just so I can see it clearly. Obviously normally you'd be strumming down that end. So if you just literally want to strike one chord per bar, is a good way to start. So you'd actually go the introduction, how to go. There's a riff that goes over the top of that, but I can't remember it. So it's D, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, then A for 2 bars, 2, 3, 4, B minor for 2 bars, then G for 2 bars. And that's the introduction. Now I don't really need to go through all of this. The verse is really simple because, as with the introduction, it's 2 bars per chord. So it starts on a D. D, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, A, do, 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 B minor, do, do, then G, do, 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 D, then it changes to A, then it changes to B minor, then G. Obviously, if you want to, you can add strumming. I'm not going to go into that too much detail. You know, get a strumming pattern going if you want to, but that is the verse. Chorus part is a little bit more difficult because the chords don't all last for the same amount of time. So I'll just show it to you. So it actually goes G, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, 3, 4, D, A, G, 2, 3, 4. And it does that pattern a few times. So if I slow it down, 2 bars of G, 2, 3, 4, G, then 1 bar of A, 2, 3, 4, then D, then A, then it starts again on the G. G, 2, 3, 4, G, 4. Try and get that pattern before you go on. So G, 2, 3, 4, G again, then A, 2, 3, 4, D, then A, then it starts again. And it actually does that once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, just changing at the very end. It'll make a lot more sense if you follow the music through as you're doing it. So the chorus, you've got G, D, then A, then G, da-da, G again, A, D, A, so G, A, then D, then A, then G, 3, 4, G, finishes on an A, and then it's back to the verse. If that bit didn't quite make sense, watch that bit a couple of times, because just for the timing of the chord changes. Yeah. So one last time: G, 2, 3, 4, G, then A, D, A, G, 2, 3, 4, A, D. And then it's back to the verse. The bridge section is a lot more simple, where the lyrics go, tonight the way you can't cut a rug, etc. It's laid out simply. Most of it is 2 bars per chord. So it's D, then D again, then A again, B minor, sorry, B minor, again, then G, and again. Second line, D, twice, A, twice, B minor, play it right this time, twice, and then finally G once and A once. And then it's back to, I think, the verse, but you'll have to have a listen. Most importantly, have a listen to the tune, make sure you get the, so you know where the right bits are. Always worth checking. Stop at any point, ask your bass player what note they're on. Are they on the same chord as you? Is your keyboard player at the same place as you? Because it doesn't matter if you play it slightly different from the original, as long as your band is together. And that's the guitar part.